Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something I've learned after years of listening to couples, watching relationships rise and fall, and talking with men from every walk of life. Men don't fall in love just because someone is beautiful, charming, or exciting for a moment. A man falls in love when something deeper happens first. Before a man's heart opens, he needs to feel respected. Respect isn't about agreeing with everything he says. It's about recognizing the effort he makes, the challenges he faces, and the man he strives to become. When he senses that you admire who he is and where he's headed, it ignites something powerful inside him. A man's heart opens when he feels genuine respect and admiration, and understanding this single truth can change the way we think about love. Respect is not a simple nod of agreement or a polite compliment thrown in passing. It is a deep acknowledgement of his efforts, his character, and the journey he is on. Every man, no matter how confident he may appear, carries within him a quiet desire to be recognized for the work he does, the dreams he pursues, and the obstacles he battles each day. When a woman shows that she notices these things, not just his accomplishments, but the struggle behind them, she taps into something powerful and rare. This kind of respect is not about worshiping or putting him on a pedestal. It is about looking at him and saying, I see you. I see what you are building. I see the man you are striving to be, and meaning every word. Think about the difference between flattery and true admiration. Flattery can feel empty, like a quick spark that fades in seconds. Genuine admiration is steady and warm. It stays with a man long after the words are spoken. It's in the way someone listens when he talks about his goals. It's in the encouragement offered when he doubts himself. It's in the trust placed in his ability to handle challenges without being second-guessed at every turn. When a man senses this kind of faith in him, it fuels his confidence and deepens his emotional connection to the person offering it. Respect also shows up in how you communicate. It's easy to speak kindly when everything is going well, but real admiration shines when there's disagreement or pressure. A man knows he's valued when someone can challenge him without tearing him down, when they can express their own opinions while still honoring his perspective. This balance tells him he matters not only for what he provides, but for who he is at his core. That recognition becomes the fertile ground where love can grow. Beyond words, actions reveal the truest form of respect. It's in supporting his ambitions even when they require patience or sacrifice. It's in celebrating small victories, remembering details of his plans, and showing curiosity about what drives him. These gestures, though subtle, carry a message louder than any speech. I believe in you. That belief is magnetic. It draws a man closer, making him feel safe enough to be vulnerable and open. When a man feels this genuine respect and admiration, something shifts inside him. He no longer wonders if affection is temporary or conditional. He feels seen in a way that touches both his pride and his heart. That feeling becomes the spark that leads him to trust, to share, and eventually to love. Without it, attraction might flicker, but with it, love has a foundation strong enough to last a lifetime. Emotional safety must exist before a man is willing to share his deepest feelings. And this truth sits at the heart of every lasting relationship. No matter how confident or strong he appears, a man carries private fears, hidden doubts, and memories of times he's been misunderstood or hurt. Before he allows someone into that private space, he needs to feel that his heart will be treated with care. Emotional safety is more than just being kind when things are easy. It is about creating a steady, trustworthy atmosphere where he knows he won't be judged, mocked, or dismissed when he reveals his vulnerabilities. Without that foundation, even the most passionate attraction fades because real love cannot grow where there is fear. Creating emotional safety begins with trust, and trust is built in small, consistent moments. It's in the way someone listens when he talks, even when the topic isn't exciting or dramatic. It's in the patience shown when he struggles to put his thoughts into words. It's in the quiet understanding that not every silence means disinterest. Sometimes it means he's sorting through feelings he's never spoken aloud. When a man senses that he can take his time and still be accepted, his guard begins to lower naturally. He doesn't feel pressure to perform or pretend. He feels free to be real. Acceptance is another cornerstone of this safety. Acceptance doesn't mean agreeing with everything or overlooking flaws. It means recognizing that every person carries imperfections and past mistakes and choosing to offer understanding rather than criticism. When a man feels he can reveal the less polished parts of himself and still be valued, it tells him that love is possible beyond surface attraction. This acceptance gives him the courage to share the dreams he's kept hidden, the fears he can barely name, and the hopes he may have never trusted anyone else with before. Communication plays a powerful role too. The tone of voice, the choice of words, and even the willingness to listen without interrupting all send signals of either safety or danger. Gentle honesty matters more than sharp truths because harshness can close a door that might take years to open again. When disagreements arise, handling them with respect instead of blame tells him that conflict doesn't mean rejection. This reassurance strengthens the bond and deepens his willingness to confide. Actions speak just as loudly as words. Keeping promises, showing up on time, and respecting boundaries all tell a man that he can rely on the person he's with. Reliability builds a quiet confidence that his emotions will be honored, not taken lightly or used against him later. Over time, these consistent actions create a safe harbor where love can flourish. When a man finally feels this level of emotional safety, he no longer fears being misunderstood or belittled. He begins to share his thoughts, his dreams, and his heart, knowing he is protected. That sense of security is not only the doorway to love, it is the very foundation on which lasting love is built. He needs to see consistent authenticity, not perfection, before he can truly let love take root. Authenticity is the quiet power of being genuine in every moment, showing up as the same person whether the lights are bright or the room is empty. It's not about never making mistakes or always saying the right thing. It's about allowing your real self to be visible without the mask of pretense. Men, just like anyone else, can sense when someone is performing rather than being real. That intuition makes them cautious because a relationship built on performance can't provide the depth or stability that lasting love requires. Consistency is the heartbeat of authenticity. When someone acts one way in public and another in private, it creates confusion and doubt. A man notices whether the warmth, kindness, and values he sees on a first date or in a social setting remain present during the quieter, less glamorous moments. He watches how you treat the server at a restaurant, how you respond to a stressful day, how you speak about people who aren't around. If those moments match the image you present to him, trust grows naturally. If they don't, he may admire you but hesitate to give his heart. Authenticity also means embracing vulnerability. Many people think they have to be flawless to attract love, but perfection creates distance rather than intimacy. Sharing small truths, your own fears, ambitions, and the lessons you've learned invites him to do the same. It shows that you're not playing a role or hiding behind a polished exterior. This openness sends a message. I trust you enough to let you see me as I am, and that trust is magnetic. A man is far more likely to open his heart to someone who values honesty over image. It's equally important to stay grounded in your principles. Authenticity shines when you make decisions that align with your values, even when it's inconvenient. If you speak about kindness but act with harshness, or talk about loyalty but flirt with betrayal, the inconsistency creates cracks in the connection. On the other hand, when your words and actions match, it reassures him that he knows who you really are, and that stability is what makes love feel safe and lasting. Being authentic doesn't mean revealing every thought or flaw at once. It's about steady honesty over time, little things, admitting when you're wrong, keeping promises, expressing genuine excitement or disappointment, signal that what he sees is what he gets. Those signals build a foundation of trust without the need for grand gestures. When a man experiences this consistent authenticity, he stops wondering if he's falling for an illusion. He sees a person who is real, imperfect, and completely themselves, and that truth draws him closer than any polished image ever could. Love born from authenticity lasts because it's rooted in reality, and reality is what a man ultimately wants to share for a lifetime. Shared experiences build trust and create lasting bonds, serving as the quiet threads that weave two lives together. While attraction might spark an initial connection, it is the moments spent side by side, both big and small, that form the deep understanding on which love thrives. These experiences don't have to be extraordinary adventures or grand romantic gestures. Often it's the simple, everyday interactions that leave the strongest imprint. Cooking a meal together, taking a late night walk, laughing over an inside joke, or supporting each other during a tough day all become pieces of a private story that only the two of you share. Each shared memory becomes a brick in the foundation of trust, a reminder that you are building something real and lasting. Trust is not built in a single conversation or a fleeting encounter. It grows slowly as people see each other consistently over time. When a man experiences life's highs and lows with someone, celebrating victories, weathering disappointments, navigating routine days, he observes how that person reacts to joy, stress, and change. These observations matter more than words because they reveal character. If he sees patience when plans go wrong or kindness in moments of pressure, his confidence in the relationship deepens. Every shared challenge overcome together strengthens the belief that the bond can endure. These experiences also create a unique language between two people. Small phrases, inside jokes, and familiar gestures become signals of closeness that outsiders don't fully understand. This private vocabulary fosters a sense of belonging, a feeling that together you have built a world that is just yours. It reassures a man that he is not simply spending time with someone, but is part of something intimate and irreplaceable. Shared experiences are also powerful teachers. Traveling together, working on a project, or tackling a household task can reveal differences in preferences, habits, and problem-solving styles. These moments provide opportunities to practice compromise and empathy. When both people remain open and respectful, even disagreements become tools for growth. A man begins to trust not only in the good times, but in the ability to navigate conflict without fear of permanent damage. Memories born from shared experiences create emotional anchors. When life gets hectic or distance separates you, those memories remind him of the bond you've built. A simple song on the radio or the smell of a favorite meal can bring back a flood of moments that reinforces affection. These anchors make the relationship feel like a steady presence, something he can rely on no matter the changes around him. Ultimately, it is these countless shared moments, joyful or challenging, that make love feel real and enduring. They are the proof that the connection is more than surface-level attraction. When a man looks back on the time spent together and sees a collection of meaningful experiences, he knows that the relationship is not just a passing phase, but a partnership with depth and history, a bond worth cherishing for the long journey ahead. Mutual purpose and a shared vision for the future spark true commitment, giving a relationship direction and depth beyond simple attraction. When two people see that their dreams, values, and goals can align, it creates a sense of partnership that inspires them to invest fully in one another. A man might be drawn to someone's charm or kindness at first, but he begins to imagine a lasting future only when he feels that your lives can grow in the same direction. This isn't about controlling his path or sacrificing your own. It's about discovering a common rhythm, a sense that you are both building something greater than yourselves. Purpose provides meaning to everyday moments. When a couple shares hopes, whether it's starting a family, supporting each other's careers, traveling the world, or simply living a life rooted in similar principles, it gives their time together a deeper significance. Conversations about dreams and plans become a way to weave two individual stories into a single narrative. When a man hears that his aspirations can complement yours, he begins to picture a life where both of you are striving toward goals that benefit not just one person, but the relationship itself. That vision becomes a powerful motivator to commit. Mutual purpose also strengthens resilience during challenges. Life will inevitably bring stress, setbacks, and unexpected turns, but a shared vision acts like a compass when storms arise. If you both know you are working toward the same destination, temporary conflicts or disappointments feel smaller. A man finds comfort in knowing that when difficulties appear, you both have a guiding principle to return to, something larger than the immediate struggle. This sense of direction transforms obstacles into opportunities to reaffirm the bond. Finding this alignment begins with honest conversations, discussing long-term dreams, where to live, how to handle finances, what kind of lifestyle you value, requires openness and respect. It's not about identical answers to every question. It's about understanding each other's priorities and seeing where they complement or support one another. When a man feels that his ambitions are heard and that your own vision harmonizes with his, he feels inspired to invest emotionally and practically. Mutual purpose doesn't mean giving up individuality. In fact, it thrives when each person continues to grow personally. Supporting each other's unique goals while maintaining a shared core vision shows that you can stand together without losing yourselves. A man is drawn to someone who values her own growth as much as the partnership because it ensures that the relationship remains vibrant and balanced. Over time, The shared purpose becomes the heartbeat of the connection. It turns simple companionship into a true alliance where both partners celebrate each victory and face every challenge with unity. When a man senses that your dreams fit together like pieces of the same puzzle, he feels not only affection, but also a profound certainty that he's found someone to build a life with. That certainty transforms love from a fleeting feeling into a lasting commitment. Love grows when a man feels he can protect, provide, and be valued because these instincts speak to something deep in his nature. This isn't about outdated roles or the idea that a woman needs saving. It's about the way many men are wired to contribute, to make a difference, and to know their presence truly matters. When a man senses that who he is and what he offers are appreciated, it awakens a powerful desire to build and nurture a lasting bond. It is not about wealth or physical strength. It is about the emotional satisfaction of knowing he is making life better for the person he loves. The need to protect often shows up in subtle ways. It might be the way he reaches for your hand when crossing a busy street, checks to be sure you got home safely, or offers support when you face a challenge. These actions may seem small, but they carry a message. He wants to ensure your well-being. When these gestures are acknowledged with gratitude rather than brushed aside, it reassures him that his care is meaningful. He isn't trying to limit independence. He is expressing love through attentiveness. Providing in its true sense goes beyond financial support. A man may feel fulfilled when he contributes to your happiness, whether by offering a listening ear after a hard day, helping to solve a problem, or simply being a steady presence in uncertain times. When his efforts are noticed and appreciated, it reinforces his sense of purpose. Appreciation is not about constant praise, but about genuine recognition, a simple thank you, a smile, or an understanding glance that says his efforts matter. These quiet acknowledgments fuel his motivation to keep giving from the heart. Being valued is the thread that ties everything together. A man wants to know that he is important not for what he can buy or fix, but for who he is at his core. When you express respect for his thoughts, admire his character, and show interest in his dreams, you tell him he is significant. That validation doesn't inflate ego, it builds confidence and deepens emotional intimacy. Feeling valued allows him to relax, to be open, and to share more of himself without fear of rejection. It is important to remember that valuing a man's protective and providing nature does not mean diminishing your own strength or independence. The most powerful relationships are partnerships where both people care for and support each other. When you also show that you can stand on your own while welcoming his contributions, it creates a balance that makes love richer and more enduring. When a man feels that he can protect, provide, and be truly valued, he experiences a profound sense of fulfillment. He sees that his presence adds meaning to your life, not by overshadowing you, but by standing beside you. That realization transforms affection into devotion, turning a spark of interest into a steady flame of lasting love.